Good morning, everyone. Welcome in the next session of Intelligent Transportation System. Today, we will try to understand that what is the use and role of mobile communication in order to evaluate and control the traffic incident management. So in major traffic or the other incident, it is very much important to manage events dynamically. So we are using that mobile communication for the purpose to analyze and manage those events in the real time, as well as to reduce the casualties and death, plus increase the safety. Okay. So the critical point or the important point in the traffic incident management is actually the procedure through which we detect the so from now on we will try to understand or use the IMP. Okay, one is incident and another one is accident. We will also try to elaborate the difference between both of them as well. Okay. So the first point is to detect that specific event plus verify event plus dispatch help plus uh, continue the, the flow. For example, in a very simple word, so the main purpose of IMP is, for example, if those are the 3 lanes, and for example, if here that specific accident happens, okay, so our first priority is to detect that specific spot and then verify that, and then we need to dispatch those help. So in every major arterial or like national highways or like motorways, so they have kind of a the help at every 10 to 15 kilometers. So then we directly send that specific response to that spot in order to verify that specific accident, and then we dispatch it as well. And also to, for example, our major purpose is so that how we can convert or bring that specific car to the shoulder or to the emergency lane so that we can continue our traffic. So why do we need? It is very much important because everyday life in most of the cities of the world is increasing. So demand of population is very much huge. Okay, and it's again continued increase in mobility and requirements because if we have the less population, so their requirement would be limited. But if it's increasing, so of course their need to travel again to travel, this is not an option, this is the need. Okay, so if we have the need to be mobilized to have the mobility on the everyday in the different context, that then you need to understand that we need IMP. Okay, incident management process or system. uh, the third point is we would like to also improve the climate and human health quality of life, as well as we would like to increase the safety of every individual and to reduce the collateral damages. Again, to go in a detail, so first of all, we need to understand what is incident or accident. Okay, so again, accident is I'm talking about that one. Okay, accident. So accident is basically the event. Okay, the one common point in both of accident and incident, because both of them happen unintentionally. But in the accident, in that one, the result is in damage, injury, or harm. While if we have that one, the incident, in the incident, we don't have the result in the form of a damage, injury, or harm. So this is the major difference between incident and accident. The first point is that those events include traffic crashes, such as like the spillage of that spec of the cargo container, and also to increase the highway maintenance or any type of a restructuring or the projects, even the emergency events such as firefighter would like to go. So we always need those accident to be managed properly. If I would like to give one example from Germany, so by law, each and every vehicle, even if it's on the autobahn, so they have even to go to the ramp or even to the shoulder, but they should allow firefighter, police, and ambulance. So if we have the perfect or improved incident management or accident management system, we can reduce to lost the time. We can also increase so that we can also control that specific part. If we don't have the efficient incident system, so increase of cost will be again higher. Fuel consumption will also increase, and we can also reduce our air quality and all those related adverse effect if we have the incident management process or system is working and functioning perfectly. So before to go in a detail, road traffic incident management is a functional part of the holistic approach through which we can solve all traffic problems. Okay, number one, under the term of intelligent transportation system. Second part is that one. So the advanced development of communication and navigation technologies and their implementation to the various phases, we can detect incident management, which can significantly reduce those consequences such as delay, pollution, and also to reduce the accident as well. And keep in mind, before to design any system, it is very much important that all the stakeholders such as user, operator, operations, stakeholder, and every individual user, they should be involved in the process. And all those information should be transparent. So like that should be communicated to the people so that we can reduce the traffic jams if it's about to happen, and also increase the continuous motion in traffic. Okay, and then we have the basic problem in incident management is again the warning system. So incident management kind of comprise again yeah, or that specific framework is again structured under a lot of regulations, which again require very much planning at all segment. Okay, so the traffic incident management, it detect the accident, verify it, and then while using different technologies. And all those mobile communication almost provide the 90% of the coverage. So what type of information transformation sources we do have? So we can use the commercial radio broadcast. Okay. For example, if this is our 100 kilometer strap channel, so what we can do, we can divide that specific part into, for example, just say 30 kilometer, 25, and then 40. Okay, and then we can provide the specific bandwidth or the frequency to the each strap. And for example, and then we should have the kind of a block technology and kind of control technology which can detect all those vehicles which are exactly in that specific spot, so that we can communicate with them. We have also highway advisory radio system. We can also send our messages through VMS system. Telephone information system is also possible. For example, in just say like Canada or like US, on the longer routes, they have the freight liner. So that specific company provide all those services. So they have the kind of a walkie-talkie system installed in each and every cargo container and driver rack so that they can communicate with the driver at any time. And again, we can provide the personal data for the route guidance system. We can also kind of, for example, the public television system or through commercial. For example, if I would like to give example regarding Pakistan, so when we are entering on the M1 from Peshawar to Islamabad, there this that specific channel which is near to Char Sadda. So due to a lot of agriculture lands, so they have always the issue of a fog. So that specific water actually evaporate in the night time. So that specific portion is majorly closed in the early morning time, unless and until the sun did not rise. What we can do, we can actually uh, invest different R&D stakeholder so that they can provide the solution in order to increase the flow. Okay. And again, we have the internet is very much important in order to transform those information. So we have different type of a traffic incident management process, which work, for example, to connect one vehicle with another one vehicle to, for example, to reduce those minor damages or even in the form of fatalities as well. We can also detect it for the at the barrier system. We can also use it for the maintenance activities as well, and also for the unprotected congestion and so on. Even we can use it in the time of a rainstorm or the heavy type of a weather which not allow the vehicle to move simultaneously. So again, the incident management mechanism, IMM, so that is again mainly dependent on those 4 points: incident detection and verification, how we can dispatch response and how we can clear that specific incident, and then recovery of the normal traffic flow. So now we will try to understand those 4 points while understanding different mechanisms. So again, so this specific chart is about the phases in the incident management. So we are trying to understand that how the real traffic management situation occur so that we can provide all the warning and alert signs to the user. Okay. Again, the first portion is detection, second is response, and then third is clearance, and then fourth is recovery. So the incident management process, which is shown in that specific figure, is divided into those 4 phases. Okay, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so the incident detection may be defined. That's that specific part. Okay. Here we are only trying to understand and kind of a detect that specific portion through which we can identify the space and time in the coordinate again. So like we are trying to understand the its GPS location coordinates where that part specific happened. Okay. And then the incident detection method, that one through which we actually detect so that we can which could be contact the SOS system or the emergency system to even police it to report it to the police or to the patrol services that specific operation of the automatic incident detect system. Okay. And then we have the verification system, how we can verify those specific. So the incident verification means that checking which is used to determine the exact position and the nature of accident. So again, location plus nature. So like, is there any kind of a death happens? What kind of collision is that? Is it the major one? Is it the minor one? Do we need ambulance and so on? And then according to that type of a response and that type of information received from that system, what we do, we dispatch the response to that specific coordination, to that specific coordinate. In this way, what we can do, we can possibly not respond to the false alarm. And we can also, for example, if accident happens, if the incident happens, so we can dispatch or response. But it is very much important that while not to kind of a for the purpose to utilize those resources in the best way, it is very much important that those information should be verified. Okay. And again, then we have the clearance time. Clearance time is actually the time. For example, we will explain it in the next session. For example, if here we have the initial point, and then here the gem is ending, so that is basically the clearance time, CT, which actually take the time to clear that gem. Okay, let me give you another example. For example, we have 3 lanes. Okay, and here we have that specific accident happens, and we have the total jam like behind each and every lane. For example, 25 vehicle here is moving, 30 here, and 35 is moving here at the distance of 2 kilometers. So if that accident happens, so that means that we have the completely blockage here. Before those, all those moving were vehicles were moving at 120, 110, and 100. So now all those vehicles in the middle lane, they will go from here is like that, and vehicles in like those 2 lanes. So you can see here that the movement of those lanes vehicle is already disturbed. So how that disturbance are all those vehicles who were going before it 120, so now they need to reduce their speed and that time so that they can again maintain that speed of 120, because here their speed may be 30 kilometer and here is 50. So this is basically the clearance time, and this is the recovery time as well. Okay? So the quantity or the system through which we cause the damage, so the relation to the response time. So that specific chart is divided in to understand the damage value within the time. Okay, and then what kind of action we can take. So the next part is very much important, how we can respond to the alarm system if we receive any type of incident. So implementation of this type of a system can reduce the negative consequences of the kind of a wrong fall or the early or the, you can call that, the relation between those damage in relation with the starting situation. So that specific figure is actually the display of the through kind of a which we can statistically processed information of any type of a accident happens, so that we can provide the kind of a response to any human or any technical available resources. So to send that real-time management information to that exactly spot where that specific accident happens. So this is the purpose of this diagram. As you can see here, this is the damaged vehicle in the lane A, damaged vehicle in the lane B, and then damaged vehicle in C, and damaged vehicle in, for example, D. Okay, so we can uh, we can define that specific range through the intervention management of the informing people to the so that like, for example, those in A, that will take like 5 minutes. Okay, and then if the interventions start here, so that might take like 25 minutes. So this is basically the kind of a response time. and how much time it will take, and this is the damage value. So later we have that specific response, the damage value will be higher. So in order to define damage value, that could be loss in travel time, that could be loss in the human life, that could also increase the emission of those vehicles, and so on. That is the actual response that when that specific accident happens here. So this is the kind of a portion where that specific accident occur, and this is the situation where that specific situation get resolved, and this is the solving that specific incident. Okay, so this is the incident detection in response time, and this is the solving time, that one from here to here. And this is the time which it will take to like kind of get the situation normal. Again, here, three lanes we have. We have, for example, accident happens between the those two lanes. So they dispatch that specific response. We clear those vehicles and bring those kind of a damaged car to like that specific shoulder. And then what will happen? So, but all those vehicles which are behind those two lanes, so the that specific jam were actually increasing. So this is the time in like which that specific accident happens, and this is the time from where that specific jam increases, and this is the time which actually took the system to like solve that specific incident. And when that specific platoon jam, that could be 3 to 5 kilometer or like maybe more, when all those vehicles again attain again the same speed at which they were before that specific incident. This is called the kind of a time or the situation when we have the normal traffic flow. Okay, so now we have understand that how incident management process and damage value and response time actually work. Now we will try to understand that how we can send our messages. So we have different type of a broadcasting system. So the one which we will try to explain here is called the cell broadcasting system. So imagine one thing in ITS, in intelligent transportation system, it is very much important to identify the technology, okay, which is the requirement of your demand, okay, requirement of your situation or system. If you don't know that what exactly what kind of devices is actually you need to use for the architecture or the building of ITS system, we might not be able to provide the solution. So the first part is through mobile, we can identify or locate any individual information. So we have also the location-based technology, which is basically in form of GPS system or GNSS. And then we have post-specific information. So like you received multiple information, and then you can only have a look in those in like which you are interested. And then we have the alphanumeric messages, which is consist of digits and numbers. For example, if you are trying to provide the Route 25 information, Route 25 closed, or 25 accidented 25. That's it. For example, if you are moving at 27, so directly you understand that accident happens. Okay, so this is the kind of a alpha numeric message which consists of this that specific digit in number, but it's important and very huge advantages that we can send multiple information in a very short time. The function and application that we actually divided that part into the three different categories. The first part is content creation and management, and then we have different mobile telecom servers, and then we have GSM network. Okay. So the system identify that we will only provide information to all the user regarding those four information. The first one is about that how we can protect and rescue, and then how to call to police, and then the traffic operations related, and then last one regarding how to report it to the office. So those are different information. For example, if the management would like to tell them that due to fog, that specific part is actually closed. Okay, so they have already, in that specific traffic operation, they have already defined those messages. For example, A1, A2, A3, A4, and according to their own manual system or those operations, so they will only send like click on A1, and through that mobile telecom network, which could be to connect with any individual through location system, or maybe through mobile system or maybe through short messages system. So it will directly send it to all those users who are actually moving in that specific part that we have, for example, A4 folk situation. Okay, that's track Route 25, etc. And then we have the kind of a base station controller, so which ensure that all those traffic and information board along the road can be equipped with the mobile receiver, and there should be the dispatch system so that vehicle can receive all the, for example, kind of a services in form of a taxis, uh, recovery system, police and firefighter, etc. Okay, how the system architecture actually work. So user interface display. So this is again connected with that specific communication cell broadcasting technology, which is connected through internet and which function through the while using different ITS architecture system, and it is again connected through the smart Android system. So this is only just to show you that, for example, if we have that different area 1, 2, 3, for example, according to the coordinate of 0, 0 and 7, 8. So in that specific part, we had a bad test radiation danger, and we have already sent those 74 messages, okay, to the user. And then we have road blocked in that specific part, and so we already send it to the 62 user. And for example, if in the, for example, here we have a bit fire situation, so we send that message to like that specific whole zone, okay, so that we can reduce the more vehicle to enter in that specific part. Okay, so this is only just to inform you about that when that specific incident starts and when it resolved. So for example, that one started like 2 p.m. and it's resolved at uh, 4 p.m. Yes, and that specific accident started, for example, 2:12 and resolve it to 14. Okay, yeah. So this is only just to give you the information that when it start, when it resolve, where it were, and what kind of content we have sent, and how many messages have sent to the individual users. Now we will try to understand that what is the message or the difference between short messages and the cell broadcasting system. So again, SMS is one of the technology which is one way or maybe two-way technology. So that specifically impact the cost structure again, which is where we actually needed a kind of a system or any network or like through which we can send, for example, any type of a SMS within short time. So if we just compare like those both characteristic together just to give you the short idea. So all handsets support SMS, yes. But if we try to understand the sale broadcasting, so most of them support, but not everyone. If we try to understand the transmission part, so that is again based on the cellular network, and which can connect the multicast communication. But here we have different broadcasting system is actually required. And in that specific part, do we need mobile number? Yes, it's very much essential, because without that it might not work. And if we try to understand the cell broadcasting, so it actually work on the channel or on the specific frequency, so we do not need number. And if we try to understand that one, the location dependency, so this one is again independent, and that one is again dependent. Okay. If we try to understand the geo information, so that can be issued by obtaining call. So like in most of the secure or the block communication, where you don't want to share the communication, so we can use that channel. Because for example, if we have that specific part and here different frequencies is actually operating, so what we can do, if that specific part is, for example, working at 9.9, so we can only tune to 9.9, and we can directly receive all those messages. But if that network, that might work at 107, and that one might work at 140. Okay, so those are the different kind of a frequency through which we can send our system. Messages again received once the mobile is on. Okay, so here we do not need any charging system. Okay, so we can send it directly. And if we have multiple user, so the kind of a from the sender to the receiver, it might take time. But here we don't have that much system. Okay, even if the specific coverage is poor, again we receive those that cell broadcasting technology. And if we are trying to understand delivery, so we might have the overload system, but here we don't have that system. Okay, and reception rate, so that one might take like very less time, like 30 seconds, and that one might take a bit time. Okay, and language that could be identified according to the any individual where they are. For example, English, French, German, Chinese, Italian, Hindi, Urdu, etc. Okay, and here spamming is possible, and here that is not possible. As I mentioned, that is the block technology, which is most secure technology. Okay. Again, just to give you a very short idea about the cell broadcasting. So it is again a very unique way to distribute information to the large group of user, which combine different geographic information. Okay, again, geographic as well as the demographic as well. So that to provide the content about the to target the specific situation in the most advanced and effective manner. So we also use the alphanumeric system along with the CBS or the geographic information system in order to use the different kind of a graphical user interface system through which we can send or kind of a information. So if we try to understand like situation here at the Zagreb, so we have the traffic congestion situation. So this was the specific message. We have sent it to the east and complete to west ring. And that specific situation started 6:25 and situation get resolved at 7:25. Okay. And that one shows like primary road, secondary road, and so on. And that one also shows the kind of a targeted area that which like to which area we can provide that specific information, like local, residential, preferences, and so on. Thank you very much, everyone.